Back in the year 2022, I believe it was that year, Meghan wrote a letter to the Congress saying, I was struggling as a kid. She painted a very grim picture about her childhood in order to pull at the heartstrings of the congressmen, women, and also us. Okay, then what happened? Well, then obviously before that, we also know she gave this interview with Oprah Winfrey, and she said, I had nobody. I was so lonely. Just kidding. But you get the point. You get the picture. She was whining. She was complaining. Oh, bad situation. In fact, she said, I had to eat salad for $4.99. And she said, I had to work at a yogurt shop, frozen yogurt, selling frozen yogurt at the age of 13. I was poor. My father could not afford anything, nothing. I was poor. So she was telling this congressmen and women when she was writing this letter to them for parental leave and all those things, because she wanted to be a politician at some point in her life. While she tried and she failed miserably because today she doesn't have an office, she is not running for a local election. She wanted to. Don't be so naive. She wanted to. She wanted to be the president of the United States. That's what she was aiming for. But today she doesn't have anything. And when she tested the water, she saw people were not interested. So forget about it. But the letter was written telling how miserable her life was. Now, I want to take you all the way back when she was 6 years old, when her parents, they separated, and Thomas Markle Sr., he was earning a lot of money. In fact, he spent $16,000 that time, $16,000 that time when she was very, very young, 6 years or 9 years of age, for her education. It was all paid by him. Because Thomas Markle Sr., he could afford it. He was actually I think Emmy winning or Grammy or something. He won some award for the Grammy, I think, as the lighting director. So his pocket was full with enough cash. On top of all of this, when Meghan was 9 years old, he won a lottery worth $750,000 that time, which is today maybe worth $1 billion, or not billion, but couple of millions dollars. But the point here is that he was rich. But what did Meghan say to the Congress and to us, to all of us, and during also Oprah Winfrey's interview? I am poor. I was lonely. I had no help. These are so many lies that she uttered over the past many years. I mean, since she was born, she's lying and lying and lying. And so how do I know this? That's the question. So voila, this is why I want to make this video and have you to take a look at this article, not my picture on the side, but this article. And this article talks about exactly what I just told you. Meghan Markle's cousin Sean Johnson opened up about their childhood and claims they definitely had enough, quote unquote, definitely had enough. She was not starving. When she was 9, Meghan's dad, Thomas Markle, won $750,000 in a lottery. And this is Doria for you when Meghan was maybe 2-3 years old. I don't know. Meghan wrote a letter to the U.S. Congress and claimed her family struggled when she was a kid, pictured with mom Doria Ragland. Sean Johnson, 43, who is Meghan's cousin through her mom Doria Ragland's brother Joseph Johnson, lifted the lead on Prince Harry's wife's upbringing. The embroiderer and graphic designer told dailymail.com, quote, I don't think any of us were really well off, but we had enough, and she definitely had enough. So when you hear Meghan Markle talking all this nonsense, you know that she is lying and lying and lying. Now, take a look at this article a little bit more because it gets very interesting. The Duchess of Sussex was born and raised in Los Angeles, California by mom Doria Ragland, an yoga instructor and social worker and television lighting director, father Thomas Markle, who was split when the future wife of Prince Harry was 6, as well as having trips to Disneyland. Meghan was also taken on family holidays to Hawaii, according to photos provided by Sean. So again, I had nothing. I was starving. No, you went to Disneyland. I mean, you had everything. Sean added, Meghan definitely helped make the childhood great. She was a big part of it. He added that he always knew she would do something amazing. Yeah, search a prince online, Google him, and then marry him, then trap him. Sean commented that he has no bad memories of the Duchess, and she always was mature and ahead of the curve. I think Sean is just trying to protect himself and his family from Meghan's threat, because there is a report now where it said that Thomas Markle Sr. he received threats from Meghan Markle because Meghan has a 21-year-old daughter, and Meghan said to her father, if you tell anybody about this secret, then I am going to be doing something about it. Although Meghan and Sean lost contact in their early 20s, he hopes to one day be reunited with Meghan, who also no longer talks to dad Thomas Markle. Read here because it gets very, very interesting. Sean's father, Thomas, Meghan's uncle, died age 72 of congestive heart failure in August of 21. In a letter to the U.S. Congress, Meghan claimed she lived off $4.99 cheap salads as a kid and worked selling frozen yogurt as 13-year-old. She writes, I grew up on the $4.99 salad bar at Sizzler. It may have cost less back then, to be honest, I can't remember. But what I do remember was the feeling I knew how hard my parents worked to afford this, because even at $5, eating out was something special and I felt lucky. Lies, guys, lies. All are porkies. I don't think any of us were really well off, but we had enough. This is what he said. I waited tables, babysat, and piecemealed jobs together to cover odds and ends. Meghan writes, oh, so sorry for you, Meghan. I worked all my life and saved when and where I could, but even that was a luxury, because usually it was about making ends meet and having enough to pay my rent and put gas in my car. At the time, critics slammed the letter and pointed out that her father was Emmy, not Grammy, I was wrong, Emmy award-winning lighting director, and that she enjoyed a private education cost $16,000 a year, which was paid by her dad's salary and state lottery win. And look at this. When she was 9, Meghan's dad won $750,000 in a lottery, which helped send her to the Immaculate Heart Catholic School, one of Los Angeles' finest. She was not just sent to a school, she was sent to the finest one. Although Meghan still regularly sees Doria, Thomas' relationship with his daughter has been difficult for years, and the pair have been estranged since her 2018 wedding. In September 23, Thomas, he renewed his plea to see his grandkid Archie. I mean, they do not exist. How can they be shown to you by their parents? They don't even exist. They do not want to expose the truth, Speaking live from California home, Thomas said, I'm heartbroken, I'm very upset, and this is a cruel thing to do to a grandparent, to deny the right to see a grandchildren, to see the grandchildren. I mean, obviously, no. This is Thomas Markle. You just need to forget about this, because even the king, the queen, nobody knows. They have absolutely zero idea about Lily and Archie, the surrogate invisible kids. So you expecting to see them? Good luck with that. I don't think that is happening anytime soon. Thank you guys for joining this session. I'll see you in the next video. Not subscribe. Have a wonderful day.